How's it going, guys? Quicksilver here. Gonna do another dev live stream. Just having a bit of fun today. Not doing any heavy iterative testing today. This is more of um, chipping away at little features around the edges, bug fixes, bit of exploratory stuff. So not too heavy on the trial and error stuff. We did that over the past week, just improving AI suppressive fire and building assault mostly. I'll show some of that stuff a bit later. But for now, we'll just get into it. I'll have a look at the notes I have for today. This is what I want to get through. Probably won't get to all of it. I might put this particular one in a separate little, separate it a bit. I've been spawning in on the Liberty Destroyer in some of the testing I'm doing, and I've just always thought it'd be a cool idea to be able to like deploy and retract the helicopter into the hangar there. I want to work on that because I want to also like, in addition to like Invade and Annex, I also want to launch like a public Zeus style mode on this framework. So it'll like you'll still have like a base to spawn in on, but maybe it's not like a land, like an airport. Maybe it's just like a aircraft carrier or destroyer as a spawn point. So yeah, I just want to extend that as like a nice to have, and it'll be fun to work on too. Figure out how to make it work. I don't know how to make it work yet, but that's something we can figure out. I have ideas like some of the velocity transformation stuff we can do. Let's see, make sure our sound's working. Looks like it is, yeah. All good. Yeah, seems like the stream's working. I'm running dual screen today on the one computer, so hopefully things will be a bit more straightforward. And I have another screen to like jump to for stuff that I need, like this file. I'll keep on the next screen. Another thing, some of the like the building attack, like the AI will detect that players are in buildings. But right now, it's a group. Like it's decided right now at the group level whether to attack the building or not. Like the group leader basically decides whether to attack the building. So like they say, all right, we're 300 meters from the building. It's a viable target. There's enemies inside. Let's go. But sometimes there's like a group closer that decides not to go. So I want to raise the decision making for that above the group level to like a tactical commander level. So I want to, yeah, I want like the game or like the commander to decide, hey, you group nearest to this building, go in. Instead of like a group that's a bit further away, just deciding to go in and leaving the other team close by. So yeah, that's something I want to look at. I probably won't. That's a bit of a tricky one. Like there's some groups, like you don't want a sniper team necessarily being the first ones to invade a hostile building. You don't want groups that are operating in stealth going in like that. So we want more combat-oriented groups going in. So there's some work to do with filtering and adding conditions to that sort of logic. So we won't do much on this thing today, but I do want to have a look and see what steps need to be taken. Going down the list, we got. I've seen like this is just from like the testing I've been doing. Like I notice like every second group has like multiple AT soldiers in it, which isn't much, and that's just with like no that's just with me flying around in Zeus. Like there's no reason for them to have that many ATs fielded. Like maybe if there's a heap of players and tanks, it makes sense. But if it's just like a few infantry, there's no need for that many missile specialists. I don't mind the ATE guys, like the RPG launchers. It's mainly like the Titan specialists I want to cut down dramatically to where like they're only called in if needed. Just because it's so unfun to get hit by a top-down missile, and the active protection system doesn't do much against it. So the smoke does though, like the newer smoke. I'm not sure if servers are running that newer smoke though. There's some like Taru, like the insert heli. It's got right now. There's a co-pilot and like a loadmaster sitting in the cargo seat. Just because I use the create vehicle crew command, but those guys, those two, like the pilot and loadmaster, don't do anything ever. So there's no need to have them like using up server resources. It's like 1 or 2% of server resources for like like AI server resources when that helicopter's inserting that don't need to be there. So we'll get rid of these guys. That's a little small side task we can do today. Shouldn't be too hard. They in the latest update I'm working on, they're using like the black variant, the black camo, which not what I want. I'm noticing a lot of groups have like unnecessary roles. Not unnecessary, like assistant missile specialist thing. But maybe that role is like better used with like a more functional role. Like we have logic for like explosive specialists, engineers. Um, there's a lot of stuff for like auto riflemen, like machine gunners to do. So maybe we'll replace like the assistant roles with like auto riflemen or engineers or something like that. Just to remove some of the filler roles that the AI have. Some of like the bobcats and whatnot are being attacked in the AOs. Like they're treating them like enemy vehicles, even though there's like CSAT inside. I wanna address that. Since I've added flare support, I want to add flares back to player spawn mortars. That's a small little thing. It should just be like tweaking a couple lines in the backpack deployment system. That shouldn't be too hard. This is a hard one. Testing swapping out drivers for agents right now, like AI trucks, like the transfer the just like the trucks they have driving around, like the Tempest ones. They don't necessarily need like a full AI unit driving it. Because if he's not getting out, if he's just driving between some waypoints and doing his thing, he doesn't need all like the extra calculations and CPU use that a full AI unit needs for like enemy movement and stuff like that, checking where enemies are. So we may try to like replace them with agents. Agents use a lot less CPU calculations because they have no combat logic. So it'll still be an enemy. It's just like a non-combatant thing. And then if we get really excited, we can add logic. So when he dismounts, so the vehicle gets destroyed. If he dismounts, then he gets replaced with like a unit, like a full AI combat unit. So like adding extra performance requirements where necessary and removing them where they're not necessary. That's a hard one though. That's I'll put hard next to that. Not easy. No other mission goes to that fine detail of performance optimizations. Moderate task. Easy. I've already done some of this. I'm just like grading. Easy. That'll be easy. Easy. I think this will be easy. Easy. Is this also native vehicles? Yeah, okay, so I had duplicate there. Easy, easy, and that's not really a difficulty thing. I just want to explore this command that was added a few updates ago by Bohemia. So I want to explore like what capabilities it has, mainly for use with enemy UAVs. So like if there's a UAV in the air, right now we use it for like target spotting. I don't even know where they are. Drones, they're there. Yeah, right now we use them for like they, with their little sensor thing, they can spot targets and feed that to the commander or to like the AI system. But it's not very fine grained. It's sort of like it's very just a very brute force method we use, and there's no intricacy in what information it's gathering. So I want to add a little bit more for that, given that we have new tools for that. So that's on the list as well. We'll just do a bit of exploration for that. Target knowledge. I've been using it for a lot of the AI system. I've been doing like specifically suppressive fire. I don't like using God knowledge. Like in the game, you can use like the command like get pause target for like getting the precise position of like the player, so the AI can shoot at that position. But the AI shouldn't necessarily know the precise position. So we have other commands for like getting predictive knowledge, like where the AI unit thinks the player is. So we have commands. We have mainly two commands. Like there's a few, but these are the main ones I'm using. One is get hide from. That's an older command, and then this one is newer. And then the suppressive fire command, the suppressive fire command uses sea level, like height above sea level for some of its targeting, and I'm not sure. It says on the wiki that target knowledge is like ground level, but when I've tested it before, it's ASL positioning. I have some. I have right here in the search box actually. Just with suppressive fire, like I use like the unit position, and then I get like I don't get the target position. I get like the unit's target knowledge position, like where it thinks the player is, the attack target is. So so I want to convert. I want to make sure that I'm not using like terrain level position for SC level based command. So we're gonna test that, and then this last thing, yeah, this thing will be a bit of fun, like the deploy and retract helicopter on a destroyer. We'll do some of that in like the editor and like in the VR room just to practice like moving a helicopter back and forth. So we'll come up with like a block of code for doing that, and then once we've done that, we'll try to attach it to like a user interface, like an add action thing, to deploy and retract it. So yeah, we'll do a bit of that. And what I mean by that is like, where's our ships? Oh. Where's our ships? So we got static ships, destroyer. So we got this little room in here, like the helicopter storage room. And we got our helicopter. So I want to, if desired, like it's pretty big actually. Look at its rotors like extend right to this walkway up here. It's pretty close. So I want to have the option for it to spawn inside. Like if I do like a Zeus mode, like another single player type mode in this framework, I want the option for it to spawn inside and then the player can like have it slide out to the helipad. So it just like starts in and then slides out as if it's rolling. So that's something I want to work on today as well. I'm not sure if I'll get around to that or how much progress I'll make on that. But it doesn't matter either. It'll be a bit of fun, and it doesn't have to be done today. So it can be started today and finished whenever. I'm not sure whether it goes like this way or like this way. I think it's this way. They roll it out like that. I guess we'll see though, huh? So yeah, we're gonna work on a few things today. We'll have a look at our list and we'll get started. First, I want to do it'll be like the boring stuff, like this target knowledge stuff. Do the boring stuff just to get out of the way. It'll be pretty easy though. Just only take a couple minutes. So what I'm doing here is just gonna get my height above. Actually, what do I have to do? I want to spawn a enemy unit. Go. I want to spawn an enemy unit and do things. So first we'll make sure they don't get too crazy, so we'll go I'll stop them moving, and then we'll keep them upright. Alright. We'll also give them a name, so we'll go like we'll give them a name, and we'll just put them right here. What do I want to do? So I'm looking in the top right. I'm gonna put like a hint message up here. So I'll go on each frame, and Sonister, get pause ASL player. Make sure this works. Alright, so in the top right, looking at like the z-axis, like the 12.95, like the 12.95 up here for height above sea level. And then we're going to get what the enemy unit knows about us. I think it's like select 6 for the position. I don't think I know it's select 6, so we'll do that. So it's saying like 14. I just want to get rid of some of the extra numbers, so select 2, select 6, select 2. Just getting rid of like the X and Y axis. So it's only, so I'm just comparing like, this is height above sea level, and this is target knowledge Z-axis. So I'm just wondering how there's a discrepancy there. Unless it's like, what else to test? I'll try get pause ATL. Get pause ATL. Yeah, so it's obviously not that. It's obviously not that. Maybe it's like aim pause? I don't know. Maybe, well, we'll see what happens. Aim pause. There we go. That's it. Okay. So he uses aim pause for target knowledge, which is interesting. So it's not. So get pause ASL is like get pause ASL is like at the feet of the player. Whereas aim pause is like more towards the center, like center mass. It's like an aiming position, like where the AI unit is gonna target the player. So it uses aim pause. I wonder if it's like get pause world. Get pause world is sometimes the center of the model. Now that's 12.9. That's more like ASL pause. This is actually good. Like aim pause is actually excellent. It means like there's less conversion to do. Like I don't have to go. I don't have to type in like converting. Like you don't want, if position ASL is like at the player's feet, you don't want the enemy unit to aim at the feet of its target. You don't have to like aim center mass. So if it's get pause ASL, you'd have to like convert the foot position to like the center of the model position. Because it's already doing that, it's a lot less work. And I've been using get hide from, but that produces like how do I say it? It takes the player's speed. So like as example, pretend like pretend me right here is like an AI unit, and pretend the enemy there is like a player. If I'm the player and I'm running this way, and this is the AI unit, if with target knowledge, the target knowledge will stop right here, like just before. This is the last known position of the target, whereas get hide from will do prediction. So it will take like the speed and velocity and time, and then so the player might like run behind the building and stop here for cover, but the get hide from command will keep extending, so it'll be like way out here. So if you use that with like suppressive fire, the unit will like, it could be like anywhere, like it just does a straight line. The unit might like suppress like a position way over here because it's tried to predict the target's position based on like speed and direction, which for infantry that doesn't really work. Maybe it works for like planes, but for infantry he'd just like run behind a building and stop. He's probably going to be closer to this target knowledge position than he will be to this get hide from position. So I was noticing like enemies like targeting like places in the middle of nowhere based on the get hide from information. So we're just gonna swap out some of the stuff. And like I have a line here. Get hide from is also ATL, like at terrain level pause. So you have to do some conversion for that. A little suppressive fire function. So we'll convert this line to what should be just unit target knowledge attack target select 6. Pretty simple. So yeah, that's pretty easy just to drop that in there. So I'm happy with that. It's as easy as I thought it would be. Pretty good. So we'll get rid of that, and then I got another few places where it's done. I don't even know which part of the file. 428 line. So I've done it a few times down here as well. Let's see. I think this line's unnecessary, actually. You do like a condition check for get hide from, because it can return 000. So this line's just to ensure that it's not a stupid position. So maybe we'll just remove this line. Maybe we will just remove it. There's also interesting stuff in that target knowledge function. Like it gets like position error, but I don't really know how to use position error. I think that's it. Now we'll remove this one as well. Hide from double comma unit attack target. I just have some like system chat reporting for all this suppression stuff. I'll have to make sure to pull all that out before I publish. But yeah, I think I've done. So I think we've removed the get hide from stuff. It's a nice command. It's just it produces some silly silly results sometimes. Which for things like AI targeting, it just looks stupid if the AI is like spraying a position up in the air in the middle of nowhere. So we want to weed out some of that. I don't mind if they like go and explore, like if they use the get hide from stuff for like sending it a recon patrol to investigate, but not for suppressive fire and like grenade throwing stuff. So that one's done. We got rid of our get hide from code. That's nice. We'll knock down some of the easy ones. So add flares back to mortars. Now that flares will work. I haven't tried like the little flare gun, like the little flare handgun that people use. That'll be like one of the last. Maybe I'll add that to do this. So check out flare handgun that I see players using. Check flare system feasibility. That's not on today's list. That's like, maybe next week, or maybe not. That's how I feel about it. All right, so Clara interact. We're looking for like the bag setup, like when you the assemble thing. Client interact assemble. I don't. I think it's like client event assemble. So many events here, actually. It's ridiculous. Help me find this function. It's like client. It's like the event handler for assembling bags. I'm like too lazy to even look at the screen to find it. Weapon assembly. That's why I was looking for like assemble, but I know it's like weapon assemble or something. Client interact weapon safety. Where is it? Yeah, here it is, right in front of me in the open your eyes section. All right, client event weapon assembled. All right, here we go. Here's our script. Update the date. So what do we got? 4th of June, 22, 2.10. Weapon assembled event. So what do we got? Static weapon. It's been a while since I've even read this function. I just I know this is the thing we're gonna remove right here. I just want to have a look. Yeah, so we build up our list of like magazines to remove, and then it looks like we remove them. So I don't want the smokes to be there. Like, I just don't want the smokes there, but we will get rid of the flares from this list. And then because I won't have a look at this script for another long time, we'll just make sure everything else is cool here. What else should be done on weapon assembly? I know there's like issues where like static weapons can fall through the terrain and like because they're assembled in a wrong spot they can just disappear, like fall down under the ground. There's stuff you can do to like monitor that, but I just don't feel like it. So we've done what we came to do. That was a nice little easy knockdown. Oh. Add flares back to mortars. We'll do the Taru helicopter one next. So that's in our AO heli insert. I think it's this one, probably this one here. Now this is the heli insert vehicle. This is like, for some reason it never really worked. Like the AI was supposed to like sling load in their own vehicle reinforcements. It's a really cool system. I just never saw it actually working in a server, which is unfortunate. But for our infantry one over here, so I used the create vehicle crew. Create vehicle. Here we go. So create vehicle crew heli. So this creates like the pilot, co-pilot, and loadmaster. But we don't need two of them. So I could delete them here. I could go like if not current pilot vehicle and then delete. But that's a bit, that's like a very it's not a nice little fix. Like best is just to not spawn them at all. So maybe we just don't use the create vehicle crew command. Instead we have to create a new variable, so like heli pilot equals heli group. We have to get rid of this as well, so we gotta go like heli group equals create group east true, and then heli pilot would be like heli group create unit. And then this is why I avoided the create unit command, is because like depending on the different terrain you have, you might want the pilot to have a different uniform. I'll show you what I mean. Like if you're on Tanoa, you don't want like the desert pilot helicopter. You don't want like the desert. That doesn't look too bad actually. How's the Tanoa one look? Helicopter pilot. I mean they're the same. Like it doesn't really matter which one I use. So I can just use the I forget what their class is, but it's gonna be like heli pilot, if I can type today, which I can't. Git pause world heli. So we'll create a heli pilot. We'll get rid of this command here. So no more create vehicle crew. Heli pilot create unit heli pilot F. We gotta double check that class name. I'm sure it's that. It's just you just have to double check. When you don't double check the simple things, when you're editing like thousands of things, you know, you let bugs in that way. So we have to double check that. So what else do we want to do with it? What do we want to do with it? We want to create unit. We gotta move it in, so assign as driver heli. Oops, that's not it. Heli pilot. And then we'll do like the move in driver thing. And then we'll also do like add vehicle heli. I think that's the command. We'll just go with it anyways, huh? Heli group, add vehicle heli. Moving driver, that looks good. We'll keep this line as a backup if we need it. He doesn't need guns, so we'll do like remove all weapons X. The reason why I removed the weapons is because like us like units, like AI units add performance overhead, but there's also other stuff like weapons, like attachments to units add overhead and like extra entities to track, and even like weapon attachments like silencer and red dot sight, they also add stuff. So when like a unit doesn't need a weapon, when you're dealing with like large numbers, potentially large numbers of units like I do or we do, if a unit doesn't need something, it's best to remove it. Like if it's present in the game world. So we just get rid of things we don't need. So the BA driver. And what? Now what? Is that it? There's also something I wanted to do. Do I do any sort of set vehicle position stuff? I just want to see if I go like... No. Sometimes you have issues like spawning helicopters without a crew. They just like fall out of the sky. So what I might do, I might go... I used to do like this ugly loop where like you do like a set velocity loop when you spawn a helicopter, and just to make sure it doesn't fall out of the sky while you're adding crew to it. But there's a better way. So just go you just go get pause world, and then fly for the last argument. And that just makes sure it stays in the air. It also respects fly-in height. Like when you do like fly-in height 25 random 30, when you do set vehicle position, it will go to this height. It's pretty cool. I also don't like this block. Like I don't like this block being here. This is like a little optimization I wanted to do a while ago. Was because when like the helicopter's flying in, like we have our helicopter flying in. Let's demonstrate. So we got our transport. So we got our transport in the air, like flying in. Back to what I was saying about like if you don't need something and it's present in the game world, like using resources, like if it doesn't need to be there at that time, then don't spawn it. So right now, like when the heli's coming in, like it's coming in from over the horizon. Right now it has units in the back, like it's got a full team of of soldiers in the back. You don't actually need those soldiers. You don't, like, if the heli gets shot down, then that's a big waste of like spawning stuff that has happened. Where you need the units is only like when it touches the ground. Like when it finally, when the heli finally touches the ground. This right, like right here is where you want to be spawning the enemies in the back, because you're pretty sure that they're gonna become like relevant to the game. So for like optimization, like at the moment I spawn them when they're way far away. Like the heli comes in from like the edge of the map like this and lands or whatever. I spawn the team in the back here, and then it's just doing nothing. Like the team's doing nothing, and then the helicopter gets to like a lot of the time it just dies. Like a jet shoots it down or something. So it'd be very cool if we delayed spawning the soldiers in the back until like it got to the ground, and then spawn them, sort of thing. We'll see. Just have a quick look at the code, because there's two parts to this. I have one part here which is like the normal fly-in function, and then at the end of the waypoint, like the fly-in waypoint, I have like a landing system takes over. So we'll go to our landing function, and this is where it makes like the smoke ring, like the landing smoke ring. I thought the smoke ring was cool, but I forgot that like the helicopter rotor wash like pushes it all away. Um, Actually, I want to extend it out a bit, so we'll go like 25 for the smoke. An extra 10 meters away from the heli. So right here we want to push the units out. Like this is where we push the units out of the helicopter. We don't really even want to spawn them until this moment right here. I wonder what I can do. This would be a good thing to try, actually. Like it shouldn't be that hard. Like this is like a used units is equal to 0. This block right here is the one that I need to look at. And if I can just transport this block of code. Problem is they do like waypoint stuff over here. So this is our AI spawning stuff, sort of like from this line down to here. So ideally I just transport this block of code over to this script, and then as soon as the heli touches the ground, then spawn everything. I think it'd be pretty cool. How to do this? I have an idea though, like what happens right now is they all get like, because they're being transported in the heli, they all get like when they get booted out of the heli, they're all like like standing on top of each other. They're like, just spawn a few units in. So the heli touches down, and I'm sure you guys have seen this if you've played this mission. Like the heli touches down, and then like all the units get pushed out like like right here. And there's like a lot of them. It can be like 10 units. And they're all in like a clump right beside the heli, right beside the door that they got ejected from. Like what would be cool is if they're more spread out. Like the heli would touch down and it would almost like spawn units in an area. Which is, it's not so like I don't know, immersive isn't the right word. Like it makes sense to have them coming at the door, but maybe it'd be cool if they spawn in like a little area around the helicopter, so they don't all get shot at once, sort of thing. Just like a higher penalty for like if players don't shoot the heli down before it lands, then there's like a higher penalty for that. Maybe. Um, that's been on my mind for a while actually. That's not a new thing I've had in my mind. It's like wanted to do it. I just want to make sure that I can do it easily here. Bump that up, huh? Yeah, when sometimes a support helicopter comes in, so you'll see like one of these Tari helicopters, and then you'll also see like a bit higher up in the sky, you'll see like a Cosman come in. That's coming in as part of the helicopter insert for like air cover. So this guy's job is to like loiter and orbit the area and cause mayhem while this guy comes in lower, drops off, and then leaves. That's all like that's all scripted. Um, this is the support helicopter block. But for now, we got our infantry units. Why can't I do this? I'm looking for a reason like why can't I do this? I have a parameter here for like using existing units instead of spawning some. But why can't this would like what I want to do with moving the infantry landing, that would break this parameter right here. But maybe that's okay. Heli pilot works. Heli group add vehicle heli. We've already done that up here. Alright, I'll get rid of that then. Actually, I'll leave that. And I'll get rid of the other one. That's okay. That's okay. That should position. I want to move this down a bit. Because the set dir command like gets rid of velocity, like forward velocity, and this set vehicle position adds forward velocity. So I don't want to like add velocity and then remove it. So I'll just switch positions of that line. Sort of wondering like why can't I just take this block, maybe comment it so it's not being used twice, and move it into the landing segment. And then whether or not I want to spawn the units into the vehicle or spawn them around the vehicle. So we don't actually need this little bit here. Units group. Where is the group? Group X. So there's some some code here. This right here is our like infantry block. Set unit pause weak does nothing different from set unit pause, so I'll change that. If not, can move, tick time, timeout, is touching ground. Then we can spawn some units right here. So spawn units around heli instead of loading units in and moving out. Let's just do that. This will be. I'll push all this stuff down. Make some space here. Paste this stuff over. What I want to do. Keep them as higher skilled units. This is our block that we just got to modify. Empty positions, cargo. And set pause over there. Create unit. So I'm just looking at this. This variable doesn't exist, so I have to just set this to true for now. I can change this to like can move V. So if spawn units, then we'll do stuff, right? This is awkward because this block of this this stuff wasn't meant for what we're using it for. But that's okay. So get rid of that. This is our block if the vehicles. I don't think I need to do a live vehicle as well. I think just can move will work. Maybe I'll just do a live. I know, just for sanity testing. Private, I'll move all this into our spawn units thing. Exit spawn units. What else? This can go inside as well. I can just remove this as well and just put like if alive v then. I'll just do that. Simplify all that. Get rid of that, so I don't need exit either. I wonder what unit types. This is a problem. AI heli insert unit types. Which? Okay, here's my unit types here. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna change that. I want definitely some different unit types in there, not just soldier. This is obviously like a version 1 of this system when I put it in, and then I never went back and like elaborated on some of the extra detail. So we'll side is equal to west is equal to east, so we'll add some more soldiers to this. Soldier types. But for now, we can just make sure it works. So what I do is like I get how many seats are in the cargo, and then this is another variable that I have to do. Where does this come from? 0.5. Yeah. Times 0.5. Actually, I wonder. X heli insert. AO spawn group. I think it's in AO spawn group function. Or is it SC? SC spawn group. This one. No, it's AO enemy reinforced. That's the one. Just remembering where all these things are. So what do I do? 0.75. This is like a hard-coded value high. Oh, okay, so on Tanoa it uses, that's why. So on Tanoa it uses the black variant, and Altus the desert camo one, so that's okay. I'll accept that. 0.75 is like hard-coded, seems to be working. Change this 0.75. Unit type. So I want to get rid of all this. Assign as cargo, moving cargo. Just want to allow them to be normal, so nothing special. Enable dynamic simulation true. Allow damage false, definitely get rid of that. Get rid of their get out man stuff. Not spawn units, get rid of that. If spawn units, so we'll put this block above, or we'll get rid of this curly bracket there. Enable attack, skill. Make sure all these variables are defined. Okay. Select random unit types. Now we just have to set the position. Do I even need this array? Nothing's really happening in here. So we'll get rid of that. And do unit set vehicle position. Get pause world. Actually, this is something I have to test in here. So we'll do some testing. Just spawn in. I want to test like what this command will do. So we're gonna have our CSAT helicopter Taru transport. QS heli. That's our QS heli. And we'll create a group of friendlies. Group. What I want to do is I want to see like what happens when I try to place the units around the helicopter. So I type in like 0 spawn, sleep, 3, for each units QS group, close bracket. So X set vehicle position, get pause world QS heli. And then I want to use this random placement value here. So like 25. Yeah, none. So this group over here, they should appear around the heli. Okay, 25, none, that's a pretty big radius. That's okay. This is how like the enemy are gonna spawn. So 25 is a bit big, so we'll go 15. Better I guess. Maybe 10. That didn't work. Why did they not go? Why did they not go? What to do about that? Some of them aren't going over there. What if I change to can collide? Could be risky, but it's worth a shot. Still some are like staying over there, huh? It's unfortunate. Should I like what to do about that? Doesn't like form like a formation or something? Interesting. So they create like a ring around the area. So what I'll have to do is like monitor the results. So like a few seconds after this happens, just delete any units which haven't spawned properly. So like I'll execute this. That time it worked, but like if a unit were to like not spawn correctly, then I'd check a few seconds later and just delete this guy. So I think we'll do that. So we'll do 10 radius. Get pause world, so I gotta change this. Heli doesn't exist. Yeah. Get rid of heli there. Unit types. So make sure I do side as well. Where do I want to do that? I'll just chuck the variable up there for a sec. Side is east. You don't need to actually like private the variable unless you're changing it in another scope. So I don't need to do like private side because it's not changing. So it's just fine to declare it like that. World name. I'll just use the actual world name instead of the command. Unit types, everything seems to be defined now, which is good. Infantry group. So set vehicle position, get pause world V. 10, make it 15 just for, whatever. 10, none. Now I do need the array of units. So we'll go. I need it, so we check. I want it up here though. Reason being, we need to now check spawn. Actually, what? Get pause world v. Grams units. Position. And this is where we want to like just do a small sleep, like sleep 3, and then make sure any units that aren't nearby get removed. So distance 2D, position greater than what? Greater than 50. Do greater than 100. Bit of margin. X set. Gonna delete vehicle X or set damage. Like if it's near players, I want set damage, but if it's like middle of nowhere, I want delete vehicle. Let's do delete vehicle. Keep it simple. Distance to the positions greater than 100 per positions defined, units defined. Yeah, so that makes sure that any inconsistencies of the set vehicle position function are accounted for. I do want to. What did 15 look like? Move them over here. It looked like that. 2 didn't make it. Okay. I want to do like unit set, unit pause down, and then in we'll piggyback onto this like little system here. So then after a few seconds, they'll do auto. Tree group. Set behavior combat. I just want them to like hop out of the heli and go to ground. So, I mean, that should be okay. Maybe 5. Should work. I just want them, I want these guys to be deleted instantaneously. So I don't want this to be like connected, really. Delete vehicle X. I mean, this is already like a thread. It's just, oh well. Oh well. So delete vehicle, actually, we'll just go 3 with that, and then sleep 5 more, and then it's pretty ugly, but if 5x, then x, then allow their natural position after that. Select random, weighted, down, 1, middle, 1. So they should be mostly down, and then some middle, like on their knees. And then after 5 seconds, let them do the thing. Infantry group. So just chuck it in here. I'm lazy. Set behavior combat. I think it's set behavior group, whatever. I'm just gonna check that. Whether it's like set or unit thing or an object parameter or a group parameter. So set behavior group or unit. Okay. So you set behavior strong combat. And then that should be alright. Infantry group set combat mode red. Infantry group add event handler. Enemy detected. Call. AI. AI group. What was that function name? AI group. Event enemy detected. Yeah, so that should work. Should work just fine. Should work nicely, actually. So this is our main. This is the main thing right here. This is the main little bit. I think this will be alright. Just gonna make sure it all looks okay. Definitely want to expand the unit types, so maybe we'll do that now. What sort of units do we want getting dropped off? Definitely a bit of auto rifleman action. So do this is for like Tanoa, like desert units, of course. These ones. Grenadiers for sure. What else? What other units? We want light riflemen, 100%. Sharpshooters. Marksmen. Definitely want all of these guys. Maybe AT rifleman. That should be good. Maybe a medic as well. There's no like special logic for medics. It's just it's too many AI to like don't have the performance budget to be doing AI medic behaviors. Their survival rate isn't that high, so they like they get killed shortly after they get engaged. So there's no point in doing cool medic stuff with enemies. But anyways, yeah, we'll use this list of units. So where's our unit types? Right here. This will be our desert ones. And then our Tanoa ones. Do that next. Desert ones. Whatever, I'm lazy. Check some of these. Okay, that's that. Soldier, AR, GL, light, sharpshooter, medic. Is it select random weighted or wait? Maybe I'll do select random weighted high. I may just do that, so select random weighted unit types. That means we have to do a bit extra, so like we'll give some probabilities for these guys. Just default probabilities for now. And I want some more auto riflemen, so we'll pump that. Pump the grenade launchers. LATs, no. Rifleman light, yes. Definitely more ARs though. So that should be good. We'll do the same thing for Tanoa units. So find our guys. Basically just want to copy these, so I hate this. Like this LMG that they use isn't even an LMG, so they don't even like shoot it. Like they shoot it like an assault rifle, which is a pain in the ass. Like it should be shot like a assault rifle. Grenadiers, yes. Marksman. What do I have? Just so we'll do a rifleman. Rifleman AT. Is that it? I thought I had other more in the other list. Combat lifesaver. What else did I have over here? Light. That's okay. So just a smaller list for the Tanoa ones. Soldier F. That's alright. I could do like regex stuff here to autofill commas, but it's such a small list that it's not even worth it. So, these are probabilities. I like auto riflemen, so I like higher probability for them. Grenade launchers, yes, I like those. Regular soldiers, that'll do. Gotta make sure I respect the syntax changes at a probability. What? In Tanoa, Enoch. I think Enoch should spawn the, or Livonia should spawn the tropical ones. I don't even know, whatever. It is what it is. Okay, I think that's good. We're definitely gonna want to test this, but I'm pretty confident with it. I also want to test, like, definitely have to look into what exactly enable attack does. I have some ideas, but it's just it's a very nebulous command. Like in all the years that I've done stuff with AI, I couldn't tell you what the difference is with enable attack. Like there's some if I can show you some behaviors if I have a file open. Do I not have the file open that I need? I don't. That's a pain. Never mind then. On my desktop? Nah. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this. What to do? I want them just to go to ground right away. So I want to do like unit set suppression 1. I just want them to like hit the deck right away, and maybe setting their suppression artificially high will help. I guess we'll see. So if I go on these guys in, go X set suppression 1 for each all units. Doesn't seem to do anything. Okay, we'll put them in combat mode. Oh, they just go straight down high. Interesting. Cool. Well, I think this looks good. So right now, what we've just done in the last little while is change our AI heli inserts. It's not a small thing that we've just done too. It's like pretty significant, I think. So what we've just done is change our enemy helicopter inserts so that now when they fly in, there's no enemies in the back, saving like this saves a bit of performance to not have like 10 AI in the back of a heli doing nothing. So the heli will come in and then it will land, and right when it hits the ground, that's when we will spawn units in like the area around the helicopter. Or like, yeah, the area here. And then it'll fly away. So yeah, that's what we've just done. I think it's pretty important. A nice little change. And they're not going to be as clumped up. Like they used to clump around the door when they're pushed out. But now they're going to be like spawned in a little area. So like harder to kill them all. Let's make sure this code isn't doing anything dumb. Land, get out. Move relevant handlers, get out. Should be good. Should be good. Gives them logic. Smaller sleep on that. Pause world V, position 5, live X. What we want to do, spawn units. We'll keep that spawn units variable. Spawn units equals a live V and just a live V. And get pause ATL V is less than 5, maybe. Or is touching ground V. Is touching ground isn't necessarily get pause ATL, because is touching ground like it could land on a rooftop. And B is touching ground, even though get pause ATL would be like higher. So we want to add condition for that as well. Get pause ATL V is less than 5. That's wrong. Select 2. There we go. Okay. Pause ATL V, select 2 is less than 5. Maybe less than 10 in case. Yeah. Or is touching ground, then spawn the units. Okay, I think I'm happy with this. Set suppression, we'll get rid of that line. Does nothing. Doesn't need to be heli cargo anymore. Set skill. That's like, these are like higher skill units, which, you know, it's okay. Should be okay. Infantry patrol. Maybe I'll set this, whatever. Okay, it should work. That should work. I'll actually go in game, how's our little list looking? So what we've done, we've just knocked down this task, and then we took, what we've also done is a larger task as well. So we've target infantry to spawn only when heli touches down, instead of when heli spawns outside map. So that's a pretty big change there. Using NATO skin for, so we'll get rid of this because it's actually using the right skin for Tanoa, whatever. Friendly side of vehicles, that's 1-2 approach. We'll do our get sensor target stuff now. So what I want to do is, what do I want to do? I want to just spawn in. Actually, I don't want to just spawn in. I want to spawn an enemy UAV. Where am I? Over here. Alright, I'll spawn our enemy UAV. This one, give it a name. QS drone. So I'll add it to Zeus. We'll put it in the air. Is there even any crew inside there? I'm so stupid. There's no crew inside there. Alright, we'll do it again. Fine. So we're going to do that. And then, how do I get it to like fly when it spawns in? Oh yeah, cool. I can like set. Actually having like Skyfire 19s. Can they even use Skyfires? I should test to see if a drone can use Skyfires. These things are awesome, these Skyfire missiles. I'm gonna add them like to enemy helicopters a lot more. Let's see if that heli stays in the air though. Yeah, okay, cool. System chat stir QS drone. Now I want to make like a block of code for the drone. So on each frame, this is just for like doing diagnostics to see what the get sensor targets command does. Hint silent format. Just want to do some private text for each get sensor targets. Because drone is get sensor targets like, do I have to reference the crew inside or just the vehicle? So we're going to, I'm just on the wiki right now, just having a look at get sensor targets. So here's our list of stuff. Just gonna copy this in from the wiki. Parameters, get sensor targets, vehicle. Yes, it's vehicle. Text equals text plus their x. Int silent. I guess we'll just see what this does. Text. That did nothing. Int silent. No. I guess sensor targets. Just add that as like a default thing. We'll give this thing like a waypoint over the guess we can't we'll just spawn a group down here. Get them to move around. And I just want to see what this drone detects. Like, does it detect the soldiers on the ground? It should be seeing like it should be detecting soldiers on the ground there. I'm gonna give it a tank to look at as well. It's just not detecting anything. It should be detecting ground targets. Oh shoot, I just completely messed it. Damn. Okay, try again. I can add a waypoint, but it's really it's a chore to add waypoints. So we'll give it a tank again. Okay, yeah, so we're getting stuff in the top right now. For what it sees, like sensor targets, which is excellent. We're gonna do a rifle squad now. So can it see dismounts? Can it see players on foot? That is what I want to know. I want it to like build up, like I want it to detect something and then to stay in the area to build up its target knowledge. So like if you're a player and you see an enemy UAV orbiting, it's not just orbiting, like it's building up its awareness of what's below it. I'm just trying to see if it can detect these guys on foot. Doesn't seem like theoretically it should be able to detect like foot mobiles and do something. So QS group equals group current pilot QS drone QS group set behavior strong combat. Can it stay in combat mode? No, it seems to always like default to careless, and there's nothing I can do about it. What if I give it like a soldier on the ground and get it to like join the group with that guy? Okay, interesting. So now we are seeing foot mobiles. I put it off in the middle of nowhere. So when it's in a group, it does see, but when it's alone as like a UAV group, it's not detecting the soldiers. I wonder if I like spray at it, if I just shoot at it. Where is it? There it is. So we're like shooting at it. If I shoot at it, it's not detecting. If I give it God knowledge. Group, current pilot, drone, this group, reveal, player 4. Reveal X, reach all units. It adds to sensor targets for a second, then it gets removed. What if there's just another group on the ground, like what if there's just another group? Can it share data with that group? Ground unknown. All I'm doing is watching the top right corner for sensor targets. That's what I want to see. It's detecting the tank. If we add another, like an APC, will it see that? Now there's 2 ground targets down there. Now it doesn't see anything. US drone fly height 250. Like way too high. Why doesn't it see the marshal over here? Because it's not moving, so it's not like creating an IR signature. Okay, now it sees the targets. Fortunately, it's stuck in that careless mode. Big pain. So it does see both vehicles now. Sees the tank, and it sees the marshal. How is it seeing them? I think it's like IR visual. Alright, so we've tested that. Now we're gonna do the darter drone. So we're gonna change types. First we'll add equals group current pilot this. So we're gonna change types to the darter, enemy dart or whatever it is. Now, people can shoot it down, so we have to go disallow damage false. So we'll see what this thing can detect as well. We'll put a hunter on the ground. Can't shoot back at it. It's not actually like not actually sensing anything. It's a bit of a pain. No sensors. Okay. What to think about that? So what use is that command if it can't detect anything? Get sensor targets. Just looking on the wiki again. What about get sensor threats? Is that any use to us? It's just another thing to do instead of like giving enemy like god knowledge. We can rely on their vehicle sensors a bit more. But I think this is Was my mic off for a while? I've been like talking to myself. Um, if I was talking to myself, then all I'm doing here is like replacing like some of the ammo bearer classes with like auto riflemen, just for more effect, I guess. Infantry sentries. We'll add some maybe double grenadier to this. Stuff. Just replacing some of the crappier roles with some more interesting roles. Like replacing ammo bearers with grenadiers. And then same thing for Tanoa. Tanoa's not that bad actually. I don't necessarily need to. Yeah, actually there are some things here like these support roles here. Replace with some auto riflemen. Infantry squad. Team leaders, that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Alright, I'm happy with that. Just a couple little changes. Get rid of some of those like assistant specialist roles which don't do anything. We can take off that as well now. So maybe I didn't do a perfect job there, but it's good enough. I'll move these down to like another day's list. And then we'll do this one. It's like friendly sided vehicles getting targeted in the AOs. I'm not sure exactly like not sure exactly what I have to do for this. I just don't know. So what happens like we'll just do some testing. Get rid of this guy. Spawn our rifle squad. Group. Add event handler. Enemy detected. System chat, let's try this. Now I want to create an east vehicle, so like a Murid. Keep enemy units in it, but then I'll change their group to like to west. Now, does this trigger enemy detection? Seems like no. He's watching it though. Yeah, he's watching it. So that does not trigger enemy detection. Even though these guys are like weird blue forests. Okay. So it must be a problem with my system. The problem is like I have like blue 4 vehicles with enemy crews in them, like the Bobcat. Like we have enemy Bobcats. They cruise around the AOs, and right now they're getting detected as like targets. and the AI are like attacking their own guys. And it's happened in a few different cases. Like the enemy engineers try to like blow up their own air defenses because it's cheetah instead of a Tigris. So which functions do I need? I need AI get known enemies. I need AI handle unit. This is getting detected in a few spots. One is right here. I wonder if it's coming up in the targets command. If I do this again. And then bring us over here. QS unit cursor objects. Chester unit targets. What syntax today is true 600? That's coming up empty. So it's not actually in the targets command here. It must be from somewhere else. It's got to be coming out of this function here. What it is, it'll be doing like a side vehicle, like get side vehicle, or if side vehicle, or if like side X equals west for each vehicle. So what happens is like this vehicle still returns side east, like side cursor object should return east, west. Okay, now I'm really out of ideas. All right, now what? I am now out of ideas. Check for armor and area. I think it's this. Alive X. Live X. What I want to do is insert like a side check here. Side group X in west. Alive X and side group X in west instead of just alive X. So yeah, that should filter out like the system like detecting armored vehicles which aren't on the right side. Check for chaos globally. Highest rated enemy vehicles in area. I don't really do like side X. Why do they? So I'm like debugging here, which is like I see behaviors that I don't want. So this is the vehicle demolition system. So it's getting enemy on target. 6 east. wonder why. Reach vehicles, reach targets, AI groups near targets. I'm not sure where it's entering the script. I think it might be this function call here though. That's why I was in the other one. I was in that other function addressing this line here. I just don't know. I just don't know. This is some of the new frag in smoke logic right here that's going in. So we're making sure units and buildings aren't throwing frags at themselves or smokes in their own rooms. And then we're applying some smoke and frag logic. This is one entry to it. There's other like combat entries, like enemy detection and stuff. Vehicle demolition. So it must be. I'll check what that group near targets thing does. That comes from this function over here. Group near targets. Right over here. This all comes from like 6, 7, 8, 9 is all this get known enemy stuff. So I'll go back to get known enemies and 6, 7, 8, 9. Target's knowledge. Reach all players. Armor and tanks globally. So it's all coming out of the target's knowledge script. It's all coming out of here. This is our main function here. Threat air, threat armor, pushback threat armor. For each unit's west, for each unit's east. It's like when you do like create group east, or you do like create vehicle crew, and then create group east. It still treats the vehicle crew as like west. I just have to do a group check. East knows about. But the other sections were 6. Live vehicle. So I can definitely add like a this find if check I had somewhere. I can find it again. Here. So I'll add is not equal to -1. I'm going to take this line and do some stuff with it. Because it's the heaviest, performance-wise, the heaviest line, I'll put it deep in the if statements. I know I can like, I know I can stack these to get rid of some if statements, but it's just, just deal with it. Crew vehicle, find if alive X inside group X in west. not equal to -1. So there's also a few of these. Target entity, alive target entity. That's that one. Target vehicle, alive target vehicle. X-Look 2. So I can add an extra one in here. Target vehicle. Target vehicle is kind of plain, so that's irrelevant. Kind of land vehicle, kind of air. Check for armor and tanks globally. I'll do that one too. Live effective commander vehicle. Just adding this side west check to a bunch of these little info gathering systems. Just to try to weed out in-house house, pushback unique house. This is a really cool system here. I love this. This keeps track of like enemies and buildings. Like if a player is in the enemies list, it'll check to see whether he's in a building, and then it'll add the building to like the target list. So then enemies will then just attack the building itself because there's players inside, which is a really cool system. Get rid of this line. Dynamic buildings. In-house. Alright, well, I'm gonna leave, actually, here's another one. I can do it here too. I'm just throwing this line everywhere, just to try to get rid of this bug. Vehicle, yes, cool. Vehicle. This is our artillery system. Yeah, okay, cool. So we don't need to touch that. All right, let's start running a test with all this stuff. Done enough forward momentum, so we'll take a step back and run a live test to see what we've done. What do we got? Open our first bug. So line 386 of handle units. 36. Ah, yeah, okay. That is a bug. Oh, there's a comma there, okay. I'll check the other bits that I've added just in case for commas. Should be okay. Those errors should pop up if there are any. Export. What do we got here? So let's launch this thing. All right, feels good to do a test finally. What else did we do? Change that to unknown. I think the last thing we'll do is this helicopter system. So yeah, so we'll have a try at that helicopter thing today. See what we can do. But first, we'll have a look at what we got. I guess I can show off some of the changes here. Yeah, so I've been spawning on the destroyer, and every time I walk by this like empty hangar, I'm like, yeah, it'd be cool to have something here. Instead of out here. Anyways. Check for any errors. Script errors. Looks like there might be something. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. Looks okay. There's like internal errors. It's okay though. Alright. There's our AO. Where's like a good building to spawn player units in? There's our Bobcat over here, by the way. This is what the enemy were like attacking this thing. I'm not sure why, but they just were a bit of a pain. So I'm gonna do. I want to spawn like some blue 4 guys in somewhere. Is this church open? No. That's an awkward spot. Kind of an awesome spot actually. Like guarding the coast. But what we're gonna do is spawn some NATO guys. And just see how the AI respond for a moment. So we'll just see what happens. What are these guys doing up here? Chilling on buildings. These guys spawned down here. These guys spawned up here. So I'll spawn some player, like, quote-unquote players in buildings over here. And we're just gonna see how the AI respond to this. I'm gonna get some of them down on the ground so they don't all die at once. So we should see a bit more use of like smoke and frags and suppressive fire. I'm not sure. I guess he can see. Maybe he can see a target here. I got rid of that crappy machine gun they had. Like the assault rifle with a drum mag, and just gave them all proper machine guns. What I'm hoping to see is a few different things. I'm hoping to see smoke grenades, so I'm hoping to see more smoke cover around here. I'm hoping to see some frags. I'm hoping to see some enemies like moving into the building. I'm hoping to see some of these vehicles. I'm gonna try to see this guy. Go away, truck. I'm gonna try to see this guy engaging the buildings directly. So hopefully we'll see a few different behaviors here. So look for like, yeah, smoke, frags, enemy infantry like moving in, and then vehicles shooting at the buildings. Might take them a bit to like figure out what to do though. I'm just gonna get this truck out of the area. So what are these guys doing? They should be doing something, but this tank's coming for a look. They've popped some support smokes. They've requested support on this position over here. They've thrown some maneuvering smokes, it looks like. This tank has come over for a bit of a look. And it should start to heat up over here with let's see if this Bobcat actually does stuff as well. So I'm gonna set this vehicle to injured and see if this Bobcat comes over to help. He should. He's supposed to go over. Oh, he's trying to like go up the stairs. I wonder if this is like a bug. The tank's trying to go inside the house. I gotta check that. It could be this guy here should be coming over to repair this guy over here. Sort of a pain that he's not. I'll have to look into that. He's supposed to. What if I add him to the... No, I don't want to change groups. Scared of the... I wonder what these guys are doing. They're not doing... That's alright. You're getting some vehicle activity over here, but they're not actually like shooting how they're supposed to. And this idiot isn't doing what he's supposed to. I love AI. Yeah, see what this is these guys here. This guy here is trying to blow up this vehicle right here. So I'm gonna get rid of the Bobcat because it's just causing problems. And I'll just heal this guy back up again. Why are these like vehicles getting so close? I'm not actually sure why. Yeah, I'm not quite seeing what I want to see yet, which is unfortunate. But that's just the way of Arma development. You do something and then it doesn't work, and then you try again and it doesn't work again. That's Arma stuff. These guys are in like a holding pattern on the road, just doing nothing. Those guys are in aware. Which group is in combat? They are. Guys, aware. They've dropped some smoke on this position again. See, what should be happening is these tanks should just be lighting these houses up, just like shooting at them. But for some reason they're not. Which is too bad. They should also be like looking inside as well. This guy should go inside at some point, but instead he's just gonna walk around outside. Okay, actually shooting. Cool. Maybe because he could actually see the guy through the window because he drove up onto the balcony. I think I still see more work to be done here now. They should be doing stuff though. Changes did I make? What changes can I see that I made just now? Okay, so here's an example. So we took like the normal AT groups with like 2 AT soldiers and a assistant specialist, and now instead they have a auto rifleman in the group to provide a bit of cover. Also worked on some of the Zeus suppressive fire stuff. Like these guys here, the squad here, for instance, has a good idea that there's enemies nearby, and they probably know where a target is, but they're just not engaging. We'll see if this numpad 6 works. Numpad 6, and they start shooting where they think enemies are. That's like a Zeus thing. So I could probably do the same with this vehicle. Numpad 6. And nothing. Numpad 6 again. Hey, he did shoot. What about this guy, Numpad 6? Doesn't want to shoot. I gotta fix that. That should be an easy fix. It's like try again. Well, that is slightly unfortunate. Okay, yeah. What's this guy shooting at? There's still a few odd things with the suppressive fire. Definitely a few odd things still. I have to mark that one down. He's suppressing 000, I think. Not sure. I just don't know what they're doing. So they are sort of moving into the building here, slowly. I'll just delete this guy. So I'll get rid of that guy for a sec. I'm gonna mark down that I have to, that I saw that. We saw a Tigris firing up into the sky at nothing. Alright, so that's good. This is good. We're seeing better suppressive fire. He's just shooting into the building, which is what I want to see. I want to see this kind of like... This is what I want to see. Yeah, there we go, baby. Look at that. There we go, man. So now the AI team's moving in finally. This is what I want to see. Alright, enemies moving in. Look at that. Look at that, man. Alright, so the enemy tank just suppressed the building, and then the fire team just moved in to check. So if you're watching that, I think that was pretty cool. There are still some enemies around here. There are still like blue 4 around here. So we'll see. I think they are known. Yeah, so this tank knows where they are. So we'll see how he does at attacking. We did see them raid this building, which is pretty cool. That was a nice joint effort with the suppression beforehand, and then the building clearance team going after. That'll be really nasty to play against. Like, I wouldn't want to play against that. This team has also cleared out this building here. There's just one more building for them to clear. This is the last building here, so we're gonna see what they do about this building. They're smoking it, just with maneuvering smokes. We should see them start to go in. Yeah, so they're coming into the building now. Really making sure he's dead. Just really making sure he's down. Just surrounding it a little bit. I wouldn't mind seeing more suppressive fire of the building itself. Like, they have the capabilities are scripted in. But there's some logic so they don't overlap. So like, when a team is scheduled to clear the building, like this tank over here won't suppress the building for a brief time. I think there's some sort of overlap going on. But he did throw a frag. It looked like he threw it like in the house. And then Cass. Yeah, how about that? Okay, well, yeah, that about sums up the AI system we have here. They have thrown a lot of maneuvering smoke. Which doesn't work too well against players, but against AI it's pretty good. Yeah, that was pretty nasty. Very nasty, actually. They completely destroyed this building. Destroyed this building. This building's about to be destroyed. We'll try a different building. Maybe, maybe this one out here. Rifle squad. We'll try this building here. Like the next target. Not a very secure building, actually. I mean, these vehicles are doing a nice job attacking. Like, they're... How do you say it? They move in. They're not just hanging around. Like, they attack. Where's this guy aiming now? I've seen this a few times where they aim up in the air. Actually, we'll use a different building. I'm gonna create a building over here. So we'll go structures, Alta City, house large yellow. Maybe just over here. Create just a nice 2-story building where the AI would have to move in to attack. And we'll just fill it up with AI. Let's see how they treat this building. I don't actually know. I'm guessing. So now this is like a hostile building. Now we'll put them all down on the ground so that they can't be seen at all. Now everything that happens is up to CSAT. So they've gone in and cleared out this building on foot, like some Vipers have actually. It's pretty cool. So this is as I wanted it. Like the Viper teams are. So this APC over here is trying to suppress that building. It's firing in the right direction, but there's just other stuff in between, unfortunately. Which is okay, like there won't always be stuff in the way. Some shots will get through. So they know this building's hostile. So now I'm not sure what we'll see, but we should see how the AI treats hostile buildings. It's good if there's groups nearby, though. So it's good if there are groups around. But I don't know. We'll see. This is all like, pretty organic stuff, so I couldn't tell you what's gonna happen. You can see there is some throwables action, like they are throwing. They've marked it as a cast target. They're throwing some smokes around the building. And keep in mind right now, CSAT cannot see any NATO soldiers. Like they're all prone in the building. Any shooting you hear or see is like suppressive fire. If we see any. I wonder what all those green fours are doing. These guys are just running around, Yes, I'm not quite sure what they're doing, but I'm sure they're doing something. It is taking them a bit though. Like, yeah, so they're trying to frag, throwing a few frags at the buildings too. This heli should be engaging, but they're pretty crappy at that sometimes. Also, there's friendlies nearby, and they don't like doing casts when there's their own friendlies nearby. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. This guy's like, he doesn't actually see players, but he knows the building's hostile. So he's just giving a bit of cover to his advancing friend. So all these guys are prone in here. I'll move this guy into like a corner here. What are these guys doing? Independents should not be moving around like this. They should not be. It's just really tough to get the AI to like move in. Something no AI modder has figured out how to do. These snipers, let's see if they got suppressive fire logic. So if I go press, yeah, they don't play that game. Will they go in? Will they finally attack the building? They're throwing frags at it and throwing smoke at it. Are they going in though? Yes, he is going in. We have building clearers finally going in. Yeah, so they're having a look. They're going in. They take their time about it though, I'll tell you what. So yep, I'm seeing it all, roughly. It's taking time, but I'm seeing it all. They are moving in slowly. This team is sort of stacking up before they move in. Pretty good. So we got a team finally pushing in. So this is all like organic behavior, like they detected presence in this building. So instead of just floating around forever, they are actually moving in, which is pretty cool. There should be more of that though. Like I want to get like a full fire team to push in, all at once. It's just easier said than done, put it that way. These guys, especially right here, like this Viper team, should be pushing in. For some reason they're not though. They definitely should be. It's pretty casual walking around the building. This guy over here should have already gone in as well. We can get him to suppress with a numpad 6. But I really want to see this team go in over here. These Viper team guys should go, I wonder why they don't go in. Ah, interesting. Now he's moving in, huh? Finally the Viper team guy's going. I wonder why. That's something I want to debug, like, immediately. And why only one of them's going in. Very irritating. Got our Viper sneaky boy entering. The other 3 losers waiting outside. Get their suppressive fire. Yeah, so there's work to do here. Like, these Viper guys should be going in. They're like building clear units. So they should be pushing in, but they're just not. Can these guys do suppressive fire? Okay, so the building's all like messed up now. Which is okay. I just don't know what they're doing. They should not be, they're supposed to be like posted up in these buildings. Whatever. Yeah, some more work to do with these building clearance things. I want to see these guys pushing in. Because I'll show you what it should be like. Like the script when executed, just like on the player, like on Zeus, works a bit like this. I mean, they are going in. It's okay. They're pushing in. There's a Viper going in. This is good. It's very good. Alright, now it's getting a bit hot in there. So you can imagine, like, if players were posted up in this building, it would get a bit uncomfortable. Like, they wouldn't just be able to look out the window. They would have to, like, plant mines on the door to guard their back and stuff. Pretty cool. That's the Viper team doing this, doing whatever. They're just standing there, though. It's one of the hardest things to make, like, these guys just move. I wonder what I can do about that. If anything. Finally, this guy's suppressing the vehicles, suppressing the building as well. Shooting a bit low. Well, they're doing a good job. Like, they are patrolling the build. Like, they're moving into the building. They're firing at it. So the experience will be pretty good. Like, pretty intense as a player to have to deal with that. Like, you wouldn't just be able to sit up here and look at a window. Because they'd be throwing smokes and frags and stuff at you. And moving in, and vehicles would be shooting at you. Yeah, I'm just watching, like, watching what they're doing. I'm not quite sure. I guess they're suppressing the house. It's just suppressing the house, shooting at it. Firing shots at it just to do something. Looks like our Vipers are having another bite at the apple and going in again. Some little building clearance teams are doing their thing. I like seeing that. Yeah, so this is perfect right here. Where they suppress the building and then they move through it. This guy going in too? Nah. What is this guy doing? Yeah, they're just shooting at the building. Nothing, just having a shoot. I was posted up right here. Yeah, so that's some of the AI tweaks made just to make things a bit more intense for players. I wouldn't mind seeing this team go into the building, but I doubt we'll see that. This team doesn't have the same logic applied. Mind you, he is going in. I mean, look at this. He is having a look. I don't know what to say. I mean, this is awesome. These green guys aren't supposed to be going in, but they are going in. This guy's doing work over here. Oh, and he's dead. Yeah, so this team has done a pretty good job clearing quote unquote players out of the building. You see, none of this is like I haven't given any of them a move waypoint or a move order or anything. Like they're just I haven't told them to do anything. There's just been hostilities around this building, so they've pushed in, which is very cool. This building clearing thing it wasn't like this before. They'd just pick a random building, like there's players in this building, but maybe they'll walk into this building and clear this building. Just to have them do this is I think pretty cool. There's still smoke in the building. Still throwing smokes around. They don't need to. These smokes are unnecessary, but I mean, why not, right? Why not? Yeah, so that's that. What else can we check or do? We'll check the logs just to make sure there's no big errors in here. All the scripts are still running. Core, AI, get known enemies. Yeah, nothing interesting in the logs. Yeah, nothing. Wonder why this heli isn't attacking properly. Oh, they are all over this building. Where's this other Viper guy? Maybe 4 of them. Are all 4 there? Oh, they are. Cool. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 4. Yeah, this is nice. This is the experience players are gonna have is Viper teams coming up behind them in the buildings. I'm pretty excited to watch that on Zeus. Watch them freak out. Yeah, instead of just sitting at a window shooting out, they'll have to watch their back, and that's the effect that this will have. Is just hey guys, watch your backs. The enemy's coming for you. Maybe they just don't know that there's players there, or AI there, friendlies there, whatever. And I wonder why they're not going into this room. It's interesting. Whatever. That's just working with AI. You just there's a lot of unknowns always. It's like in the wall now. Great. That's scary. Under the stairs. Okay, well, I'm happy with that. I wouldn't mind seeing like a reinforce event, like one of those insert helis do something. I'm gonna thin out the AI a little bit. And see if we can get an insert heli to drop some guys in. If there's no bugs with it, hopefully. Not sure. We'll just we'll start an attack, so we'll just get some combat going. Some players rolling in. Or friendlies rolling in, whatever. You can see some work has been done with suppressive fire. Should get a lot more suppressive fire going on. Unrelated to like house clearance and stuff. This building is still a point of interest for the AI. They're not going in here though. Stupid. Just gonna kill these guys. What I'm trying to do is trigger a reinforcement heli to come in. That's what I want to watch. I want to watch like the helo come in and drop AI off. Yes. I want it. Oh shoot, that's bad. That's nasty. See that like little rocket pod on the left? That's what I want to. That's what I want to. On the right now. That's what I want to give them. They're very good with that. I want to give them that gun more often. And to be honest, these AI are super effective. Like, yes, there's more work to do, but I have to say, like, they're pretty dangerous. Wouldn't mind seeing more smoke over here, like maneuvering smoke from the AI. Here we go. Yes. Okay. Let's go. Let's see if we get what we want. Yes, this is good. So there's no extra crew in there. There's no guys in the back. All right, I'm excited now. Let's see what happens. See if we get any script errors from the spawn in. Just to make sure. From the little editing of that script we did. System chat. Okay, not allowed to be remotely executed. I wonder what happened there. Whatever. Alright, he's got a while to go, so we can still look at this. These AI aren't doing very well with their push. These blue 4 guys. They're just getting wrecked by CSAT combined arms. A lot of mission makers do this for testing. I used like I had a dev server up for a number of months in like 2016, 2017. I used players for testing. I had like 40 players doing this stuff while we made the initial design. Yeah, even in like open combat like this, we should see a lot more suppressive fire use. I don't just want to see it from auto riflemen though, like I want to see like grenadiers pressing with underbarrels. This still isn't fixed though, like the heli is just like sort of stationary. I gotta fix that a little bit. So they actually move forward like they're supposed to. But we got our main event coming up. I really hope there's no bugs here. We'll fix them if there are. But it's really nice when something just works the first time. Wow, that's actually really effective cast. Just dominated. Alright, let's see what happens. Let us see. Please, please, please. Get rid of the AT soldiers. They using smoke? No. No smoke. There's no enemies in the back right now, saving performance. I want to see that touchdown. Let me see this touchdown. Come on, here we go, here we go. Yes, 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 yes. And... No! No! Oh, bro, what happened? Where's the AI, man? That was supposed to be an insert right there. Off he goes. Damn it. Hopefully we get a script error to chew on. Damn, man. So close. Where's our script error? Okay, we got some script errors. This is good. This is good. Unit types. We fixed that. Like we addressed that though. AX heli insert landing, and then right after that there was this other one. This was the more serious issue. This is the one that needs to be addressed most seriously. And then these ones also have to be addressed. Damn it, man. We were so close. We had the drop, we had everything. See a damage report. Are our scripts running? AI core is still up. AI is still up. Getting on enemies is still up. Fire missions running with the heli. So no structural damage to the mission. But bloody heli didn't do his job. So let's go and see what happened. Was it in heli insert? Just heli insert landing, huh? Line 86. What do we see here? 86? Unit types? We had unit types. Unit types is like... Oh, okay. Oh no. Okay. I'm sorry. I'll change the scope to just in here. Actually, we'll just get rid of this. Let's get rid of this block here. So that was our problem, huh? I'm gonna make it default unit types. And then it'll just be like this right here. That's the default unit types. Damn, man. We'll hopefully see that working in the near future. We're right on the cusp of greatness right there. Now, don't I have, for situations like this, don't I have an unstuck script for this vehicle to upright itself? Let's check our ambient hostilities system. Damn, man, that was gonna work. Ambient hostilities. Now, are we adding this vehicle to our management system? Maybe not. So it's not self-writing itself. Okay. Something to note. Well, anyways, I think it's time to start work on this this helicopter thing. Actually, nah, we'll do the helicopter thing tomorrow. The goal is to get like this helicopter to slide out from here. He's gonna start in here. I mean, we'll put it as like a config option, so he can start the helicopter in there. Then if he starts in there, then there'll be like a some logic to have it like roll out to the helipad. Of course, some conditions like the door's got to be open, sort of thing. So we'll do a bit of that. We will do a bit of that. This like rocket pod on the right, I'm gonna give all the enemy helis that. They're so useful. Like, they're so good with it. Okay. I think that's about it for today. What else did we do? Alright, we gotta check our mortar flares. We'll check our we'll make sure our mortar flares are working. Roll selection. Mortar gunner. Where do I want to spawn? Just over here. Go. Mark 6 mortar. I don't have yeah, okay, so we got our flares properly. I don't have artillery computer. Now I do. Okay. So what I want to do, I want to the time it is in game. I can't even see it. It's behind something. Skip time 5. Skip time 5. Skip time 5. Now it's dark. Where do I want to launch them? Maybe at the gas stations here. Cannot fire. I guess it's reloading, huh? White flares. I wonder why I can't launch flares close. I guess here I can. I'll just launch them on my own position, see what effect the these flares have. I'm like stuck now, actually. Alright, these are like the these are the artillery flares, or the mortar flares. I wonder why they don't have like the trailing effect. You see they're quite bright. Quite bright, actually. Now it's dark. Fire one again. That's pretty high. There's the flare effect. Oh, but then it disappeared. Interesting. So the flare effect disappears somehow. I don't know. There's the nighttime AO lights we got. The AO just to make it not super dark. And the mortar flares. That's pretty cool. Definitely brightens it up. I wonder if the starter pistol does anything. How would I... Who spawns with the starter pistol? Um, isn't it like a guy who starts with a starter pistol, like an AI unit? Range master. Doesn't he have a starter pistol on him? Damn, it's so dark. I'll give him starter pistol. And then in his drop down. Okay. I'll just kill him. Sorry, bro. Inventory. Where's his stuff? He should have like red flares somewhere. Anyways. Do these work with these flare things? They do! That's awesome. I'm so happy. There's our flare effect. Oh, I love it. Okay, so this is the starter pistol now. Look at how bright this bloody thing is. I'm like, I wonder why they're trailing like the smoke there. I wonder why that disappears. That stops right there. Wonder why. Hmm. Give a ammo bearer. I want to start him with some ammo for this thing. Where's my scroll? Why do I not have scroll? Okay, here it is. So what is it? It's the starter. Here we go. Some reds. Okay. This guy should have like some red cylinders for me. We'll see what this does. So we saw the green effect. Red effect. Yeah, I like that. We're gonna dim these a bit. Like they're a bit bright for a starter pistol. So we'll still keep them as like a neat little flare gun, but we'll just dim them a little bit. I think that's mad. I like this. We're gonna have to add some controls so that there aren't like massive amounts of flares in the air at one time. I'm not sure how yet. I'll probably just let it go Wild West at the start. Ooh. Holy crap. Okay. If a lot of players are doing this at once, then we'll probably have to add some like flare management. The players aren't all launching them and like crashing the server with light effects. So I'll add that to the to-do list. Flare management to limit concurrent flares. All right, that works. I wasn't sure whether the starter pistol would work or not. I think that's about it for now. We've done a fair bit um, tonight. A fair bit of like little stuff. This I definitely want to test again sometime soon. I'm not sure whether changing that target knowledge stuff affected the suppressive fire for the vehicles. It might have. I guess we'll have to see. And then next time, maybe tomorrow, we'll work on the deploy and retract helicopter from the destroyer. Yeah, thanks for watching, listening, whatever.